I won fair and square. There's no point in playing again. I want a challenge.
Though shrouded in shadows, the child's resemblance to Thaniel is unmistakable. This must be his dark half, warped by the curse.
Go on, find someone else to play with.
I know who you really are and where you really belong. You need to reunite with Thaniel.
Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself. I get to play all the time.
This land needs you and Thaniel together, Oliver. Nature needs you.
You can't make me do anything I don't want to. I won't let you.
So much for that.
Bugger, isn't he? He'll be looking for somewhere safe. Somewhere where the shadows are nice and strong.
Oakfather preserve you.
I guess I should talk to him right now before we go and interact with Thaniel. So
Oakfather preserve you.
I met a peer of yours, Druid Jahira. Do you know her?
Only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm, but on the far end of the battle lines from where I fought. And in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some to safety, but never learned of her fate. I'm glad to hear she survived. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her, no doubt.
You're an archdruid. What could you possibly have left to learn from anyone? You seem to admire her greatly.
There is much to admire, judging by the stories. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. Defended the Grove, Korga, the Shadow Druids. At least now we can benefit from her presence, and perhaps work to a common goal.
You spent all these years fighting the Shadow Curse. What happens once it's lifted?
Honestly, I never thought I'd make it that far. But the Absolute is a threat to all, and I promised I'd help you with your parasite. So, I'll remain with you. If you will have me, that is.
Of course, I only wish you'd joined me earlier.
So do I. But one duty at a time.
What happened before when the Shadow Curse was unleashed?
Druids and Harpers joined together to put a stop to Ketheric Thorm. We marched on Moonrise, and after much fighting, we prevailed. Even in defeat, though, Ketheric turned to Shah. Not long after we sealed him away in his tomb, the Shadow Curse took hold. No one had seen the likes of it before. No one knew how to react. Then it started to claim all those within its reach. Those who had survived the battles now fell to the shadows, became part of the shadows. And worst of all, I lost contact with Thaniel. I wanted to try and find him, but we couldn't stay. We would have all succumbed. When the Archdruid of the Grove, my predecessor, was seized by the curse, I had to lead the survivors to safety. That was my first day as Archdruid. An inauspicious beginning.
Inauspicious sounds like you did what you had to do and saved lives. Not every day as a leader can be a glorious one. That's in the past. You faced the curse and rescued Thaniel from the Shadowfell.
You're right. But the work is not yet done. Not while Ketheric Thorm still draws breath.
Thaniel is missing part of himself. Any ideas how we can find it?
No matter how it's been twisted by the shadows, it is still part of Thaniel's essence. It will resemble him somehow, and may show signs of his power. Look for signs of life in the darkness, wildflowers where everything else is dead. The curse cannot subdue the power Thaniel bears. Not entirely. In fact, I think I saw just the sort before, not long after we first came within reach of the Shadow Curse. Fool that I am, I did not grasp their significance at the time. There is a ruin some way outside of Last Light. I caught a glimpse of fresh blooms there, but did not investigate further. I shall mark it upon your map.
I think we're already there. Right. Mummy and Daddy are still here. Okay, so let's
You should have just left me alone. You spoil my fun. I'll teach you once. Just you watch. Let's see if the daylight enchant an item to shine like the sun or summon a sphere of sunlight that dispels all darkness around it. Daylight sphere.
You want to play? Let me show you my favorite toy.
Where's my special stuff?
None shall defeat me.
Go for the throat.
Stop that! You're supposed to be playing, not breaking things.
Right?
I must be without mercy.
This feels good.
Why couldn't you just leave me alone? Why can't I just stay here, playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here! And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me.
Be gentle. He's much more than a child. But he doesn't truly know that.
Right. Talk to him, Halsin. You know what needs to be said better than anyone. But Halsin just told me to speak with him You have what you want, but not what you need. Thaniel, he's your friend, your kin. He's you.
He's nothing to me. He left me here all this time. I had to do everything for myself. Even when it was scary, even when I was alone. I didn't give up.
Nobody's to blame here. The curse tore you two apart. Now you can be reunited. You were very brave and resourceful. Think of how much you'll be able to help Thaniel.
But would he even want me back? I've changed. A lot.
Halsin, you're in the way. Of course he'll want you back. It's nature's will. You're meant to be together.
So I wouldn't have to be alone anymore. He'd stay with me. Play with me. I'd like that. And he would too, I think. All right, I'll do it. I want to do it.
Well done.
Are you crying? You're a bit big to be crying. But I suppose that's okay. Bye. And thank you for playing with me.
It's done, at last. Soon the land will be unshrouded. We should return to Thaniel when we can.
All right. Let's
Speak to me.
dismiss wild shape. And then let's
Alive
talk
for
to
that
him.
progress?
It is done. Now Thaniel will be whole again. I could not have done this without you, my friend. We should return to camp when we can. I must see how Thaniel is faring. With the Oak Father's blessing, the Shadow Curse may soon be no more.